What's up, guys? This is Hoag the Zebra. You're watching Wheelers Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheelers Weekend Jams live and direct.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Wheelers Weekend Jams live and direct. Next up in line, coming all the way from Austin, Texas. If Axl Rose and John Bonham had a baby, ho! There you go, man. That's your greeting. That's your greeting of the day.
That was a great intro. If I had formed an intro in my dreams, it would have been 100% similar.
Oh, that's cool. Well, Hoag now, ladies and gentlemen, from Full Service and Beefcake. I didn't know you were part zebra.
Well, I'm entirely zebra, Ian.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
so
that.
So it's not. I'm not part zebra. I'm whole zebra.
Okay. Are you like kind of a rare breed?
Well, yes, I have human features, which is rare in my breed, but it helps me communicate with humans.
Okay.
And
all right.
The stripes also let me avoid predators, and so I could stay alive.
That's great, man. I think the ladies will love it, man.
Yeah, well, there's no debate about that.
All right, well, I'm going to get right into it here. You guys came out with your latest release of Lockers back in October. I was just wondering, how have the fans' reactions been, and overall, what is the feeling of the album to you?
Well, first of all, I'm right over top of the computer, right over there.
Okay.
Are the Lockers. So it's kind of funny that you're asking me about it, and I'm basically looking at the front cover of the album.
Oh, interesting.
Right there. Here, let me just see if can I...
Yeah.
Here's what the front cover is, everybody. Can you see the Lockers, Ian?
There we go. I see it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, anyway, the reaction's been pretty good, I guess. There's a lot of people, really like it. And then some people is not their cup of tea because it's a little heavier than they're used to from Full Service.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those people will stay with us, despite the timbre of the new record. But that's kind of like a bummer way to introduce the reaction. I think on the whole it's been great.
Yeah.
People have been really liking the kind of, I don't know, I sing a little different on the record. It's a little more aggressive at points, and there's not as many harmonies. Bonesaw gets to do a little bit more of his shredding thing, which is more of an old school thing for us. Coming from Carousel, the previous record, which is more like Rob Linder from Houston. I don't know if you know him, maybe from any of these events, Circus or the 311 Cruise, but
okay.
Rob Linder put it well. He said, to be honest, because it was sort of radio silence from some people, and I was like, so I reached out to some people. I'm like, hey, have you listened? What do you think? And Rob said, it's not, to be honest, it's not my favorite album of y'all's, because it was, after Carousel, it was a shock to the system.
Yes.
And I can understand that.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite record, and I'm not the type of person that says that for every record that we put out. It's like, oh, this is our best record.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think that about Carousel at the time, but I'd like to think that I have a pretty honest approach to choosing my favorite Full Service record, and Lockers is definitely number one for me.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's actually one of my favorites as well. And I'm always interested in the very beginning stages of the album, when you guys were first writing for this album. Do you guys do lyrics first, or does the music come first? I mean, you do both. So how do you guys really talk about what the vibe of the album is going to be? Because obviously, Pink Floyd with Dark Side of the Moon, they wanted a very spacey idea of the album. Now, was this a huge concept album for you guys?
Well, first of all, I appreciate that you have not blinked at this whole situation here. You're going straight to the interview and just, you're totally at ease with this curveball that I threw at you. So well done.
I work well with animals, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with it. But to answer your question, it was a definitely a concerted effort to get sort of the itch or the sort of jonesing we had to do a really kind of heavier album, sort of a more aggressive in terms of the riffs and the volume of it. But the lyrics and the vocals came long after the instrumentals. And I'd say about half of the songs instrumentally were written at the time of recording, like because we go up to Martha's Vineyard, this island in Massachusetts,
Okay.
off of Massachusetts, and we kind of just bring a bunch of recording gear and give ourselves about 5 weeks to settle into a creative process. And we went up there knowing we wanted to do something heavy. We had a collection of riffs. I mean, our iTunes, I pulled up, well, you can't see it, but if I pulled up our iTunes here, there's categories, there's moods of material.
Okay.
And there's like Hoag mellow, Bonesaw acoustic, Hoag heavy, Bone heavy. And there was a group that was like just from jams from the room over there where we used to jam.
Yeah.
And we pulled some riffs from that. And so we had some things that were already in existence, but about half the record was just let's take some
Be
marijuana.
careful with your nostrils there.
Yeah. Let's get a little crazy, get a little buzzed, and come up with some riffs on the spot. And then what happens is we we play the riff for like 30 minutes, just like a couple bars for 30 minutes, to really get it super tight, and then to the next riff. And it sucks for Bonesaw because he has to just sit there while I mean, because you're tracking drums, right? Like the way we do it is we track the drums. We don't play with a click. We have a dummy guitar track, which is Bonesaw playing along in my head, in my ears. We discard his track eventually, but you know, that's how we get a steady drum track. So it's all about getting the clean, tight drum track first. So it's really all about what I'm going to do and all the fills and stuff. And he's just got to sit there and I'll be like, go back. I got to get that better.
Yes.
And, but vocally and lyrically, that was far after, and that was mostly done back here in Austin. And it took me a while. It took me about 3 months I did nothing with it. The album just sat there. Because I was like living somewhere else, and like, I just broke up with my girlfriend, and like, I don't know, I didn't really have a place to live. and I just didn't really feel like, I think I was sort of scared. You mentioned Axl in the beginning.
Yes.
Axl once said that it's like you really got to muster up a lot of energy to start writing lyrics and melodies and stuff. And because when you know that you're going to sort of dive into some dark, ugly stuff, you kind of don't want to do that. So it's like, you just kind of got to gather the energy and slowly pick up a line here. It was literally like 5 words here. But you know, as soon as you get like 5 or 6 words for a song,
yeah,
at least I just like be like, all right, that song's got something, and I'll take another song, and I'll get one line for each song that'll sort of set the mood for all of them. So I have one line for all this stuff, and then I don't know. I don't really remember how it all happened, but it's sort of, I look back on it like this morning. I was thinking about Lockers, and I was like, when did we do all that? Like, I remember a time when I was like, fuck, there's a lot of vocals to do. I haven't done any yet. But it's all sort of, I just sort of forced it to happen, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Our old bass player who played with us the last few shows, Sam Marshall, he was our original bass player way back in the day.
Yeah.
He said, you didn't used to write such dark lyrics. And I was like, yeah, I did. It was just sort of couched in like happy riffs. These are darker riffs, and now the riffs are catching up to the lyrics. So like, anyway, maybe that answered your question.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, well, the last time we hung out, man, we were cuddled on a bed together, and this long distance relationship has not been helping Hoag. But
You feel it too?
yeah, seriously.
I mean, we can't be as far away. We were sharing a bed, and now we're sharing a screen via Skype. I had to download Skype. That's what took so long.
Long distance relationships are hard. Okay, it takes a lot to really stand strong with them. And we were on that 311 cruise together. And speaking of 311, I was going through some old music memorabilia the other day, and I found this. If you could check that out, if you remember.
It's time to take the mask off.
Yeah, if you remember that, why?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was,
wow.
Yeah, this is when I saw you guys open up for 311 in Missouri.
Right, that was even before the cruise. That was
yes. Oh,
like you said, Missouri.
This was like one of the first shows you guys did, I think, with them, and I caught your guys' album, the last album you threw out. I caught it.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That card is pretty cool. That must have been Boneside's idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I found it the other day. I'm like, oh my god, I have to show Hoag this.
Yeah. Holy cow! I can't wait to tell the guys that you have that. I totally forgot about that. We brought two guys. Like my brother used to teach. Boneside used to teach middle school, like right out of college. He was like 21, 22.
Okay.
And the years went by, and that was like, what, 2009?
Yeah, probably around that time.
Yeah. So by that point, these kids were like, they were just out of college.
Mm-hmm.
So we had two of his former students, and they were the ones that handed out all those cards in line.
Oh, wow.
We brought them, and they had like an adventure before real life.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I remember you guys, because you guys were passing these out outside of the show, the venue, and you had you guys had a camera guy with you, and because I remember I first talked to you guys on MySpace. I was like, hey, I'm going to your show, because I was like, who's this Full Service band? I never heard of them, So yeah, man, we go way back, but I figured I'd show you that. Well, now off the subject here, right behind you, you guys just built your own home studio.
Yeah, man.
Tell us how this idea all came together and what's up with it.
And, if I had the foresight to know that you were going to ask me about this, I would have downloaded Skype on my phone, and we could have gone out there mobile style. I could have given you a tour.
Hey, we could do another one. That's fine.
All right, maybe we will do that.
Yeah,
but now I'll just verbally walk you through it. So there it is, right there.
Okay.
And the lower half, from here and below, is a studio. So over, and this area right here is the live room, the jam room.
Okay.
And right here, this is like a little mud room where it's just sort of a double doorway, but it's open, and like then you can go into the control room there.
Okay.
And we have like we got like the real deal window. It's really sweet, give me that again, guys. Yeah, run that back. We got the window. In the control room, we also have a vocal booth with a curtain, because I like to record my own vocals. My dog's freaking out.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry if this is distracting.
No, it's fine.
And I wish I could show you, but in the jam room, because you don't want flat surfaces facing flat surfaces, right?
Exactly.
That's what we read. So we did these funky shelves where it's like kind of like a Jacob's Ladder type design in the corners. And then we're going to just put like knickknacks there, like pictures or whatever. And then along the top of the live room, there's a bookshelf going 4 ways. And we're loading it with books because all those different sizes books and like depths of them are good at diffusing the sound.
Oh, nice.
So that's how we dealt with that. And it's also a good aesthetic.
That's what I call turning the page.
Turning the page. Like, up top, so right here and above, let's see. Right above my hand, that's the living room where I'm gonna live. There's a kitchenette in there, and over here, that's my bathroom.
Oh wow!
And, there's a living space up there with a little kitchen, living room, bathroom, shower, bedroom. So this is like a self-contained Hoag unit.
Awesome.
I don't need to go out or socialize. I have everything I need to make me happy in that structure. And major props to my brother Bonesaw, who we've talked about, the guitar player. This is his whole vision, and he was the leader of the. We did most of the work ourselves. He sent me a spreadsheet. I just got this email. He sent me a spreadsheet on how much money we were able to save by doing like all the drywall, painting, taping and floating, baseboards, everything except for the framing.
Oh, wow.
And we saved $13,000 on the construction by doing a lot of it ourselves. So it's cool, like having done all the little tiny pieces of work. When you're down in a corner on like baseboard and you're like you're sinking the nails and then you're puttying over it and painting, it's like I won't take that for granted. When we're in there jamming and I'm down there like spacing out and just looking at a random part of the room, I'll be like, I remember working on that fucking part of the baseboard,
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
It wasn't fun when we were doing it, but
I'm sure. That's a lot of labor, man. Yeah, I can imagine. But hey, it's the future of Full Service, and you guys are probably going to be doing all your recording in there.
Absolutely, we're gonna do our records in there because for the past few years we've been doing our records on our own anyway. At like places we'll stay at or rent, or my parents have a place, but we also will probably help friends with their recordings and stuff. Like Bruce, I saw Bruce did an interview with you.
Yes.
I want to get him in here. I think he wants to get in here, and we're gonna do a Bruce 3 recording and several people down in Austin here. But it is the future of Full Service, and I think this kind of thing is the future of a lot of independent bands. I mean, maybe not as crazy as this mission was, but home recording and home studios and the power, taking that power back and being able to do a lot of things on your own with computers and little tiny interfaces. It's great.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
You don't have to shell out that dough for like a big time studio anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been doing the studio life as well these past couple months. My band, Coyote Man, we've been doing in DZ Records. My buddy Ben's been recording us, and we've been working along with the click track and doing all that, and it's almost done. We're at the final stages. Really happy about it, and we're throwing a Wheelers Weekend Jams Nation show, which Bruce 3 is going to be playing at in August. Yeah. So
I asked Bob, I was like, why the fuck aren't we on this show? And he's like, oh, I didn't know where we were gonna be, and it's a thing.
Oh, dude, this is only the beginning, if this goes as well as we're hoping it does, there's gonna be more in the future. So we're getting prepared for that. Really excited. I also want to tell you, how is
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you do with a click track? Is it easy for you?
No, it's not easy. It's definitely been a learning experience, but a couple months before we went into the studio with all our songs, I started practicing with the click track already. I think the hardest part is just to find the beats per minute, exactly, how fast the song is, and because sometimes that could really kind of change up the vibe of the song, because you'll be playing it and you're like, yeah, this sounds good, and then when we got in the studio, we're like, man, this sounds a little bit slower. I think it should be faster. So then we got to put it up a couple more clicks up, and you kind of have to mess with the beats per minute. And then, once you get it down, though, it's like, all right, cool. But it's definitely been a learning experience. But it's coming out really well. So we're very excited about it.
I saw some clips of you drumming, just your drum tracks. But this was 7 months ago, and it sounded really good. But I noticed the same thing about a click track, like one or two, and I rarely use it. We used it like on 2 tracks on Carousel.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how 1 or 2 beats per minute will throw you one way or the other. And when you find it, it's like, oh, I'm comfortable here.
Exactly.
But I wasn't at 180. I wasn't comfortable at 182.
Exactly.
But it's really, there's such a subtlety to the tempo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll definitely keep you updated when our album comes out, man. I would love for you to listen to it. We're just instrumental, so we don't have a singer or anything. But we've been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're just instrumental. We've been jamming since high school together. We got back together, and we're ready. This is our finally. It only took 15 years to put out our first album, so we're excited though. We're very excited. But back with you guys, I was wondering how's the search been for a new bassist? A lot of people, everybody knows that Sonny left a little while back, and we're just wondering how's everything been going with that.
Well, first of all, look at this. I'm looking right when you said that. Do you see that Sonny Sign right there?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, Sonny used to live with us. He was our bass player.
Mm.
He used to live in the van next to that sign.
Okay.
So I was about to answer your question. I like gazed off to the left, and it's like Sunny Lane.
Yeah.
Weird. But we just saw him the other day. He played wiffle ball with us on Bonesaw's birthday. But the search is, I don't know. To be honest, we have not been searching all that much. We've really been 100% focused on finishing this, which was just completed like last Friday. We
Okay.
stopped work.
Wow.
We're waiting for the city of Austin to turn on the power on March 1st. But
Nice.
so I like every once in a while we'll sort of be like, fuck, that bass player thing, like we need one.
Yeah.
But we have several people that like in Austin that like Sam, this guy Sam, who was our original bass player, who played with us for a couple shows we did recently in Houston and Austin. He was great. He learned the songs very quickly. We called him up. We're like, hey, we got these 2 big shows with Bad Fish. Bad Fish.
Yeah.
And we were like, can you do them? Here are the songs. I sent them to him via Dropbox like 2 weeks in advance. He comes to the jam, and we're like, so did you get a chance to listen to songs? He's like, fucking no, man. No, I didn't. We're like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's just play him. He's like, let's just do it like old school style. Like when you had like Full Service had a song, I would fucking learn the riffs in the jam room. And we're like, okay. And he was right, man. That was the way he knew how to do it from the past, and we just did it right there, and he gobbled it up. But he's one guy. There's another guy we play Ultimate Frisbee with who played our Christmas show with us.
Okay.
And he's very good. And there's a couple other friends. None of them are really available for like the long haul.
Okay.
But all of them seem interested in part-time work.
Gotcha.
So there's an idea in the band that like, well, maybe we could have like a fleet of bass players.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, Sam, are you available in April?
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan, you good for December? Shit like that. So
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I think Smell has an idea that like maybe we don't necessarily need a bass player, which I agree with for the acoustic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure I'm on board with that in terms of the electric set.
Yeah.
I mean, like very few bands do that. I mean, the White Stripes.
Yeah. Local
21
H.
Pilots have a bass. Local H. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I mean, we gotta find one or think of something. But I'm increasingly thinking that acoustic, we won't have one. Electric, we'll kind of do a by committee type thing.
Oh, that's great, man. Well, yeah. I mean, I hope it all works out for you. I think that I think you guys will make it work. You guys always do. Well, now we're gonna get to the Full Service Circus happening in October.
Yes.
2016. Tell us what are we going to expect for this year's Full Service Circus?
Well, this might be entertaining. There's an email chain amongst Bonesaw. Let's see who's on this chain. Bonesaw, Smell, Hoag, Cheeto. You remember Cheeto? He's been on every cruise with us.
Yeah, he's the guy who waved the flag, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Some like mentors we have here in Austin, and my mother. And
Interesting.
just the other day, hey, Hoag, Smell, Coco, Douglan, Rob, Cheeto, and Mom Saw. What do y'all think would be the best date for Circus number 3? Here are some conflicts. So he goes on to talk about there's several conflicts in October. There's Austin City Limits, which is a huge 80,000 person festival in Austin. That's in early October, the first week. Not going to do it then. Formula One race? Do you know about like Formula One racing?
Not much, but I mean, I know
fucking
about it.
people down here go crazy for it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like those long cars that race.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Anyway,
Okay.
That's late October. Not going to do it then. So we're trying to decide between basically Halloween weekend and right in the middle of October, 14th to 16th. Everyone went back and forth. Smell was really into Halloween weekend, but people came pretty strong with but people have kids. If they want to go out of town, they got to stay home for their kids, Halloween. So I think we're going to do the middle of October. As far as what you can expect that's different or added on, we're probably not going to do... We're probably going to do, like, the acoustic shows, not in the backyard, because Austin is going through a pretty serious discussion about, like, that type of thing, like backyard venues and small house shows.
Okay.
And the permitting is a little out of control. I don't think we could get a permit for as many people that would be at the circus.
Yeah.
And it's even smaller now. We have a big backyard, but it just got a little bit smaller because of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So we may go to a park or something like that. But we're gonna have new food sponsors, new drink sponsors, stuff like that. Where everybody, I think, both years we've done food and drinks for $1.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Which is a great deal, and it's kind of a fun thing to just kind of, everything $1, like the fucking dollar store. But we're gonna do some ideas, like we were talking about doing a king and queen of the circus.
Okay.
Where it's not like it's not like a VIP thing. It's more like a random drawing.
Okay.
And somebody is the king and queen of the circus, and they just get lucky by getting it, but they get prime treatment on all levels. Special food,
full body massages.
Yeah, and exactly. We'll get a masseuse for them, and someone to fan them and feed them grapes. But people will have to revere the king and queen, and I don't know. We haven't really fleshed that out, but something like that. We're flirting with an idea of this tape ball game that we created, where we were working out there and we were painting, and we used painter's tape to get nice tight edges.
Okay.
And we made this big ball after we took down all the tape, and we throw we throw the ball at each other before, and we yell tape ball, and we throw it at somebody, and you have to catch it. And we're thinking about a circus-wide tape ball game, where it's just always constantly being played.
Yeah.
Amongst the circuit, like the circus freaks.
Okay.
And again, I'm just sort of spitballing here. We are talking about new acts to play. Personally, I don't know if I should say this, but whatever. I want to get some of the RX Bandits guys down here, and we've talked to them a little bit. Even if it's like one of their side projects, they're men of many side projects.
Yes, they are.
Joe, the bass player, and Matt have a side project, or they had one long ago.
I just interviewed Matt back in December because they were on tour with my God, Circus Survive. Yes, and we had a really long talk, and I brought you guys up, and Matt's like, I love those guys, man. They love playing sports, man, and we had a really good talk, and we were reminiscing about the 311 crews and stuff. Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah, so we want to get them down. Let's see, what else can I say? I want to make a bigger and better puppet show. I'm thinking about doing a rock opera performance with Vitaly as the lead. Vitaly's like the spokesmonster.
Yeah.
And sort of tell his origin story with 5 or 6 songs that I have that are sort of piano-ish, and I think it'd be funny to kind of like Jason Segel and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Remember that Dracula?
Yes, the Dracula when he sings.
Something like that.
Nice.
Smell is gonna. By that point, he will have his completed album, his completed solo album.
Wow.
He'll release it then, and I imagine he'll do a show.
Cool.
Which we'll probably play at.
Yeah.
I'll probably play drums for Smell's band, but I think that's all we really got right now. But pretty soon we're gonna hammer it down and really really get to business. Like I said, we just finished this thing.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, if everything goes right, me and Lauren might come down. We'll try to make it this time because it's always you guys had in the past. There's always something going on, and we're always trying to like decipher, and hopefully this time it falls through. We'll see what happens.
Do you have anything in October?
Do we have anything going on?
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on with the band situation, because
fuck yeah,
depending on how many shows we're gonna be playing and stuff like that. Other than that, I mean, I'll keep you updated.
You know what, man? In that case, I hope you can't come.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you're playing shows.
Yeah. It's we're just really right now we're just focused on coming out with a really good album. That's all we care about. Because our bass player, he's got daughters and we all have jobs and we're trying to, back in the day we would play at any place, but now it's like we're adults now and we have, got a lot of, but we're just really happy coming out with this album. So, well, yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want to say to the fans out there and where to find you on the internet, please go right ahead. And
is that like a mini drum set up there?
It is. Yes, it is.
Nice. That's awesome.
I
You ever rock on that thing?
Yeah, a little bit. I got it on Christmas. My dad got it for me, and I started like jamming on it right away. I mean, it's plastic, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It does have a pretty okay sound to it.
You know what? I think Sonny has that same one.
Probably. Yeah, they're pretty popular. You get them. Yeah. You get them anywhere. So.
Yeah, there's like a glare. I can't really see, but I think he's got the same one.
Yeah. Red.
But do I want to say? Yeah, I mean, fullservicemusic.com. We have a pretty fun Instagram account with Full Service ATX, which is me, and Bonesaw TX. I don't know, Bonesaw ATX. Just type Bonesaw. I'm sure you'll find it.
Okay.
But a lot of pictures of a lot of slow-mo videos of my dog, some mini drum solos, band stuff, but all the other stuff, Twitter, Full Service. Well, actually, I don't tweet very much at all, but we do a lot of. We've really gotten into what we call full service shorts, which are little that have really little to do with the band. Mm-hmm. In terms of our music side, but just
you guys are a comedy duo as well.
I think we're morphing into an entertainment.
Yes, you guys. You're
just the full spectrum of media. Videos, podcasts. Oh, that's what I should be talking about.
Mastapod.
The Mastapod. Bones and I. We did a first season 1 of the Mastapod. It's about one of our favorite bands, Mastodon, where we just talk like dorks about Mastodon. And then we sort of did that as a warm up to get our podcast chops up for the Whale Pod, which is a podcast where you can get everything more than you would ever want to know about Full Service and the inner workings of the operation, and that's on iTunes and Stitcher and SoundCloud, and we post it everywhere on Facebook. And that's probably the most fun thing we do is the Whale Pod, because Smell comes over here, Bonesaw has a cup of coffee, Smell and I have Smell doesn't usually drink beer when we're podcasting. Our substances are like Smells with the weed, Bonesaw's with the coffee, I like to drink the beer, and so that makes for a very interesting dynamic during the Whale Pod.
And I'm hoping during Christmas time somebody's drinking eggnog, because I love eggnog.
Do you?
I love it.
Here's my thing with eggnog. I've never had it, because is there egg in it?
I think so, but like when people drink it, they always tell me, I taste the egg. When I drink it, it tastes like melted ice cream to me. It's just...
Okay, so it's not like a raw egg.
No, not at all. I mean, not everybody likes it, but it's a very underrated drink. I think it should be around yearly. They do have it on Easter as well, but I love eggnog, man. I mean, it's very fattening though, but it's good.
Well, I can't. What are we at? We're at February, so in another 9 months or so, I'll hit the eggnog during a podcast.
That would be
And
fantastic. That would be great. We'll have another Skype and we can discuss the taste of eggnog. Well, hey, Hoag, man, thank you so much for doing this interview, man. Let me know if you guys need any help with anything for the future. I'm always here. So,
And likewise.
Fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Wheelers Weekend Jams Live and Direct. Make sure to check out our website, wheelersweekendjams.com, and please support us for what we do at patreon.com/WWJ. Thank you very much.
Wheelers Weekend Jams.